It's no surprise Israel is a world leader in solar energy, since Israel has actually invented the method of harnessing the sun's power and turning it into electricity. Yosef Avimovich is a pioneer in the field, and he told ILTV Steve Leibowitz that Israel has actually become a light into the nations, especially developing nations.
So one of the nice things is that all commercial scale solar is essentially an Israeli invention. This is Arnold Goldman. The first commercial scale solar field in the world was in California by an Israeli company called Luz. Newt Becker, Zichrono Livracha, is the chair of the board. And so every solar field, whether it's going to be in Saudi Arabia or Germany or in Israel or in Africa, its basic fundamentals is Israeli IP, which is phenomenal contribution to the world. We built the first commercial scale solar field in sub-Saharan Africa in Rwanda, Chaim Motsunai, and we're supplying 6% of the entire country's solar energy at all through that one field at the Agohozo Shalom Youth Village.
I know that today you have many visitors from the developing world that are here with you in Israel, in Jerusalem. What are they doing here?
So the Foreign Ministry, through Mashav, twice a year with the Arava Institute for Environmental Studies from Kibbutz Keturah, the birthplace of the solar industry in Israel, they bring in mid-level energy officials from developing countries. So we have about 30 people here from about 15 countries. They come for a couple weeks. We give them all the training together. I get to show them the solar fields, and they come here for their graduation ceremony, and they go back to their countries trying to figure out how to create the solar industry there, and often they invite us in to be helpful.
So is it business, or is it philanthropy of helping out the developing world, or is it a combination of both?
We believe in impact investing. There's not enough philanthropy or foreign aid to electrify an entire continent like Africa. 600 million people without power. So the question is, how do you achieve this humanitarian goal of bringing literally power to the people so they can have education, healthcare, employment? And so it has to be a for-profit model because there's unlimited for-profit capital in the world that's looking for good projects. There are very few companies in the world that know how to de-risk Africa, that know how to make money in Africa in this. And we really invented the industry in Israel, and it was so hard that it actually prepared us for Africa. And so when an American developer looks at Africa, they sort of freak out. I look at Africa and go, wait, there's no Israel Land Authority? I'm ready. And we have a good team. We have a really good toolbox with a good team.
But it's not only the developing world that you're investing in. I understand that you'll also be dedicating a new plant in Georgia.
So
the state of Georgia.
The state of Georgia.
With Atlanta and the Braves.
That's right. As a family, we made Aliyah 10 years ago, and the field in Georgia this week is my 10th field. Hopefully, the next 10 years we'll build 1,000 fields, because that's what the world really needs. But we're doing our first one in the U.S. with David Hershkovitz, Energia USA. 22.5 megawatts and 4 hours outside of Atlanta. And right now, we think we know how to go into tough markets in America, meaning Republican-controlled states without solar programs. What we like to do, we being the Israelis, we like to create markets where everyone says it's impossible, even though it's clear as day that the sun could be powering their countries or their states.
Looking ahead, and this is finally, looking ahead, 10 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, how much of the world will be powered by solar energy?
At least half. Because the way the economics are is that today it's already worth doing. So now it's about leadership. Coal is nearly dead. The coal industry in the last 6 years in the US has lost $30 billion worth of public shareholder value, and it's basically been killed by natural gas. So we have a natural gas boom now, but that's going to be temporary, meaning a generation is temporary when you look at the energy business.
It runs out.
It runs out, and that just like with cheap oil was oil that's easy to get. Now you have to go to crazy places and deep water drilling, and so any of the remaining fossil resources are more risky and more expensive to get. Once batteries become economical for storing green electrons from the sun, fossil fuel will be dead. Fossil fuel will be dead. And the price of batteries are coming down 16% every year, just like the way the panel prices for solar are coming down. So as soon as you can store sunlight, the end of the fossil fuel era better be here. Because otherwise, you know, our children's world is toast.
Yosef Abramowitz from Energy Global. Thank you so much for being with us at ILTV.
Thank you very much.